when I reach in that jig box in the morning and decide what to tie on. A couple different things I look at. One, if I'm gonna be vertical jigging, I tend to go with the heaviest jig that I can get by with and catch fish, and here's why. I wanna get down fast, I wanna be able to be vertical, and usually that's gonna be in deeper water. And I don't wanna end up at a point where I'm past a 45-degree angle if I'm moving. So that's why I'll usually pick that heavier jig. But when I'm doing something like this is the time that I pick the lightest jig I can. And there's a lot of different ways to look at how to figure that out. But here's how I look at it. When I cast this out, I'll give it a 5 count. I'll let that jig drop to the bottom. And as soon as I start moving it back, as long as I can remain in bottom contact, feel like every now and then I'm getting in a little bit of a snag. See, I can just feel it in the rod tip. I'm just kind of bouncing over a rock. Then I know I'm fine. Now, earlier when I first started, I pitched a 16th ounce to start, and that just wasn't enough. I was having a hard time staying exactly where I wanted to be. So just switching to this 1/8 ounce has made a huge difference. It's keeping me in contact on the bottom, right where these fish are. And a lot of times, you look at the weather around us, I mean, quite frankly, everything that could be against you on a fishing trip is against us today. We got a northeast wind, we got storms to our south, we got rain predicted all day, and it's gonna be on and off. And I'll tell you, one of the things that happens is those fish, they're just not quite as active right now. They're just laying in those rocks. So what I want to be able to do is just pick my way through those rocks. And it seems like a lot of the times I get those strikes right after I bounce through a rock with that jig. So try to pick the right size based on that. And I'll tell you what, it's going to help you catch more fish. Because if I was fishing too heavy, I'll tell you right now, I'd be getting hung up in those rocks. And if I'm fishing too light, I'm up above them. By fishing this 1/8 ounce and finding that perfect weight, I'm able to fish through them and actually catch these fish that are just laying there.